Have you noticed that couples have a new lover, which is their Android? Yes, even at home, you could feel this gap. Sincerely, most couples only try to show in public that they are together. In the public space, we try to maintain that feel of everything is fine. But down in the secret space, there is more. There is more. Okay? So, you can be married. In fact, not just in love. You can be in a relationship, married, and still be worse than people that are single. As a matter of fact, some people that are single are far better than some people that are married. I'm telling you. Because, as they give, their drama looks as if it's just mere talk. But the real sense is, a lot of people do not understand really what this relationship is about. I'm telling you, that is why someone wants his or her space. How on earth can you want your space and you are married? How? The day you were getting into a relationship, you lost your space.
Very true.
Yes, you lost your space. While they were acting, my wife told me, said, if you want your space, don't marry.
That drama, sorry, please, it resonated with me because I have this relative that she actually likes her space. Every time it's all about her. I've seen many people that have come to live with her, and she always used to have that problem. Like, no, you are not doing it my way. The complaint is always there. And one day I told her, I said, if you continue this way, you are going to have a problem by the time you get married. Because when you get married, you will not be able to tolerate so much. The same way you find it difficult. When your relative come around, your brother come around, you have problem. Your sister come around, you have problem. If you get married, you definitely have problem with that person. And she actually accepted and said, true, we go hard though. That person will have to just be perfect or near perfect.
Now, as simple as it sounds, that is a reality. You cannot have your space. You cannot. I said when you chose to walk down the aisle of matrimony, you went into a covenant. You see, when we begin to understand that marriage is actually a covenant, you see this thing they do around. Somebody just reaches 18. The moment he reaches 18, in this your city, it's even different. The moment they reach 16, there's something begin to do them this thing. They feel that it's just to get a relationship. Very nonsensical way of life. See, God did not create anything like lovers. Because I had I think a group of 3 ladies speaking, and they were asking, who be your boyfriend? And one of them said, no, I don't have boyfriend. And they started laughing at her. And it's sounding strange that someone does not have a boyfriend. The question is, what do you need a relationship for if you are not married? No, let's go down scriptures. The only reason why God created relationship was simply because of marriage. True? Oh, yes. So I can't understand why, who is your girlfriend? Who is your boyfriend? What are you people doing first? You see, this is where the problem comes. This is where the problem comes. That is why there are many failed marriages. Because the original purpose of that relationship is defeated. The original purpose is defeated. The original purpose of relationship is defeated. So first of all, how can someone be married or in a relationship and still feel single or still feel lonely? The number one, I don't know how much time we can have based on questions, but if we can, we are going to take four possible reasons, and then we'll discuss on it. Are we ready? Number one is no purpose, no connection. Sorry, I'm taking no connection. When there is no connection between two people, you will be very lonely. When there is no connection, how possible? How about we live in the same? You can be in the same house and not be connected. Sincerely, the only thing that is a connection between many men and their wife, or many women and their husband today, is sex. Number two, children. Question. Take these two things away. are married, if you are married here, or you are in a relationship, take sex out. Take your children out. Do you still love your wife? Take sex out. Please, I need us to understand this. I need us to understand this. That marriage is a deeply spiritual affair.
Sure.
Deeply spiritual.
Sure.
Okay? No, this is my point, but of course, you can always take yours. Anybody can, okay? You take a point. Now, marriage is spiritual. I said it's a covenant. It's a covenant. So before I went down the aisle with this woman 13 years ago, before I went down the aisle with her 13 years ago, I knew that I was about to go into something. You see, to be frank with you, I still like the old marriage vow. For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. I know our Yopi Christianity has changed it. We now take marital vow and say for richer, for richer. What if poverty comes? For sickness, for sickness. But let's be frank with ourselves. Lack can come. What will happen? No, our Yopi Christianity now, we've cancelled it. I'm not saying, but I love, because it gives the real sense. It gives the real sense. The moment a man's wife gets sick to the point of being bedridden, now, you find out that he's now beginning to look at her. You'll be surprised. The prayer in his mind is, if he could die, maybe Kukuma die, I'm free. You see, these are the tests of love. If we really do love as supposed, this woman is one with me. Two shall become one. So when something is injuring her, it's supposed to be injuring me. Not, hey, honey, what's wrong with you? I don't understand my leg. You say, I beg, behave strong, I beg. Waiting be that one. Come on, waiting do it for that. No be that small thing. We just touch your leg. You see, that is because you are not, when there is a connection, when there is connection between you both, it's different. So when you will feel lonely if there is no connection. And how do I know? Connection is beyond sex. See this thing they call love around. I've told you this before. And even whether you're in a relationship or whatever, cancel sex out of it. You see, that's why God's pattern is actually where true love is. Where I'm going out with this person, there is no sex between us, but it's wholly because of a purpose. It's wholly because something is ahead of us. God wants us to come together. Now, if there is a connection between the two of us, that she is now fatter than I married her, will not change me because I did not marry her body. That she is sick now does not change me because I did not marry her body. As a matter of fact, it's not about her. It's about my covenants. Are we here? Understanding marriage as a covenant, not just as a fleshly affair. Oh, the man does not have money again. She now begins to insult him. She does not understand covenants. You see, when relationship is truly understood, again, it is not about what this woman has done. That does not change the fact that I love her. If I love her only when she did well, then it's not complete love. Because relationship is two incomplete people coming together to complete each other.
Sure.
Relationship is two imperfect people coming together to be perfected by each other. So when there is no connection, and the only connection between the two of you is physical, then you are going to be in problem much later. So let's understand the relationship beyond just sex. And the other one I talked about is children. So many people sincerely, it's children that are joining them together. Yes, because they are world apart. That is why you even hear people make statements like, if I leave now, waiting to do my children. So they are enduring the relationship just because children are in between them. And that is why I often say again that don't even go ahead and marry someone because you now have a child for the person. Because children will not give you happiness in the home. This now is for singles. Before you truly make up your mind to settle down with someone, be sure that you are ready to embrace the covenant of marriage, the covenant of relationship, the covenant that comes. Oh, sorry, let me not call it covenant. The burden. Let's call it the burden of relationship. It's a burden. It's a burden for me to take the pain of this woman as my pain. It's a burden for me to swallow the flaws, the wrongs of this woman and still love her against all odds. If people understand this, if they understand this and there is a connection, your brother will not come and be insulting your wife. And you listen to my family members. You see, this is I heard a sad story recently of the man that died, and he was working in a multinational oil company. Okay, he has 2 kids that I think the oldest of them was 6 or so. He died. Of course, at 6, that's the age of in fact, that's younger than my last born. 6. So you can imagine how many years if they still have to come out. Now, at that age, of course, he died. You don't expect that his children will suffer. Okay? But his next of kin was his brother. His next of kin was his brother. Okay? How to do the burial was a problem. They now went to the company. Okay, everything he owned, accounts, is now going to be in his brother's name. See, that kind of person just needed somebody to go on for him. It's not somebody that was going into a covenant love relationship. How can your brother be your next of kin? Some of you men here, you are doing the same. As a matter of fact, your child is not even your next of kin. Your wife should be your next of kin. Oh, yes. Because it is expected that the wife will take care of the children. This guy made his brother the next of kin. The children to pay school fees. A man of that level is not a challenge. And he said, brother, we need money for say how and they are going like this and going like this and going like that. And you see that. So there should be something beyond just that is why you see that's why I called it a burden. I called it a burden so that if you understand it this way, before you make a decision, you understand that you are choking yourself into something. Now you give birth to children to be suffering back after you are gone, just because you could not love or trust your wife enough. I agree that there are exceptional cases where some women are out of this world totally. But still at that, even if it is a mistake, proper preparation should be made for your children. Now, going to the company again. We are not talking of all these other bank accountants. Going to the company. Okay, we are going to pay him his gratuity. In a multinational, he should be going on with more than 50 million. We'll pay him this, we'll pay him that. And they went through papers and saw that the next of kin is the brother. Serious. You see that? You're asking if it's a child. Well, sometimes understanding is important. A man shall leave his father and his mother and be cleaved. And we are redefining relationship to the real thing God created. Yes, to the real thing God created. Because God did not create Adam and Eve for Adam to be more subjected to his brother. That's why I did not even give him brother. Yes. So understand that going into that relationship, it is a covenant. So connection. When there is no connection between you both, you are going to feel lonely. Because this one will be on her own, pressing her phone. Yes. This one will be doing his own. Some people even prefer Some people even prefer to hang out with their friends and loved ones or whatever simply because they are not connected. So connection is one reason why you can be married but still feel lonely. Is somebody talking? Anyone can talk. Yes, let's hear you. Come.
Yes.
Sorry, let her.
Come up.
Okay.
Maybe she wants to ask a question.
All right, come
on
on,
this particular point.
Is it a question? Is it a contribution?
Yes,
Okay, come
question.
on. Better we start taking all the questions
Yes.
as we are going, right?
Alright.
Listen. Yes.
I want to ask based on this no connection. In this, I'm in love, but I still feel lonely because you made mention of no connection. So, if you and your spouse now, like you both are chatting normal, but you observe that connection is no longer there, how do you? Oh, is it that you
With
just
energy.
you married? I don't know.
Okay. Just like you and Odogu were.
Anyway.
Okay. Now, everything was normal and you discover that connection is no
No
more
longer
there. That means it started with a connection and much later there was no connection.
It's
Well,
going cold.
maybe by the time we finish, the question might be answered. Okay. So in that regard, let's just finish up. I think our next 3 points might settle that. Okay. So it's important we understand that connection, when there is no connection, when what is connecting you is only bum and six pack, you are going to have an issue. So for those of you that are single, still single, good for you. Ask yourself, why? What is pulling me to this person? Please ensure that it is not fair woman. Say, I dey like fine, I get flair for fair people. No problem. I get flair for men wey get six pack. The six pack will pull you down. I have, just know that, ensure that there is a connection. Okay, so let's take your points.
Okay. All right. The second point we're going to be taking is one of the things that will make you feel that disconnection in marriage is when you don't know your purpose, when there is no purpose.
When there is no
purpose, absence of purpose. Because you see, I see a lot of ladies, they will just say, time is going. I just need to marry. I just need to get married. I'm already approaching 30 and up to now I'm not married. They begin to get disturbed. As though marriage is just one of those things that you have to do, especially when you reach a particular age. So there are a lot of people that have that understanding.
As if they came to this world to marry.
Yes, just like the lady that we saw in the drama. She, in fact, obviously, she doesn't even know what the purpose of marriage is. Because she even said
that she has reached the age of
she
marriage.
said that, So that's why when she entered, she began to feel burdened. She began to feel, in fact, the whole thing was uninteresting. Why? Because she doesn't have an orientation. She never had an orientation about what marriage is. So it is important that everybody get to discover the purpose. First of all, you have to even discover your own purpose. The purpose of Adam was given to him before Eve was created.
Yeah.
So everybody has a purpose. And the reason why you are going into that marriage is because you are now getting a partner that is going to help you, that's going to spark you up to be able to fulfill your purpose. So if you have not discovered your purpose, then it will become boring because it's just like somebody that does not have purpose does not know where it's going. If you don't have purpose, it's more like your life is directionless. So even the relationship itself will just be without direction.
Boring.
So since there's no direction, there is nothing that you both are coming together to work on. There's nothing that you people are pushing.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that makes relationship interesting for the both partners is the fact that it's just like the fact that both of you are doing, there is a goal. You have a goal. And the two of you are partners. You are working together to make profits. I know that anything that is going to have profit is something interesting. If you are doing a business now and you know that business is going to bring something big, you not even want distraction. Your phone can ring, for instance, and you not even want to be depending on who is calling.
Sure.
I'm doing a serious business because why? It's money matter. You are hoping to make some profit from that thing you are doing. So that's how it is. So when you already have a purpose, you have something at heart, you know what you are chasing. Then it becomes interesting. All the way, the journey will not be boring because it will be full of a lot of discoveries, a lot of changes here and there, a lot. So the reason why a lot of people find it difficult to sustain that closeness, that connection in marriage is because before they even entered, they don't even have a purpose. There is nothing they are working on and they don't even know why the person is coming. Because you have to know, okay, this person that is coming into my life now, why is he coming? why is she coming? When she comes, what is she going to be doing? How do I bring her in? How do I hope to help her? You know, how do I hope to engage her or to integrate her into this whole thing? So that purpose is very important. You have to discover it so that that connection will remain, and you always have a reason to keep moving on, to keep pushing.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So purpose. Let me quickly add to that. Hello. Let me quickly add to that. Purpose is an important part, and one reason why there is no connection, or rather why you can be married or in love and still feel lonely. You see, that is very important. A lot of people, let's get this thing clear. Let us get this clear. Please, everybody, listen and get it clear. Because this is a big error. A very, 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 very big error. There is no law that says everybody must marry.
True, sir.
There is no law that says everybody must marry. The purpose of life is not to marry. I'm saying that because some people have entered marriage because I've reached the age.
Must do. Something you must do.
At least I'm approaching 30 to marry. Are you ready to marry? Some people have been pressured into marrying. You need to bring us a grandchild. You need to give us a grandchild. You need to give us a grandchild. And at the end of the day, they push them into somebody that they wake up every morning and they're looking at the person and say, who be this one again? Now, like this, I would live my life. There are people that are not wired for this thing you call marriage. Sincerely, some people that are married today should actually stay single.
Like Paul.
The purpose of life is not marriage. The purpose of life is not marriage. Rather, marriage is to fulfill a purpose.
It's like Jara.
Thank you. Marriage is to lead us, is to help us fulfill the main thing we were born. And somebody like me, the only reason I married is first of all to fulfill my purpose. Okay, what did the Bible say? After God created Adam, right? He did not, sorry, I hope you will not be offended when I say this. But God did not plan to create woman.
It's true.
Is it true?
It's true, of course. There was a need. You just saw a need.
God's plan was not to create woman. Read your Bible now. What did he say? He said he allowed man first. Man was doing his thing. He now looked at, even gave him assignment. He said, name all these things. He gave him work. And the guy started working. And as he was working, he now observed him. It is not good for this guy to be alone. Let me give him a help meet. It's not a helpmate, a help meet. So where you people got the idea that women are to cook and wash plate? Now you sabi. It was in that assignment of taking care of the animals, taking care of the garden. He now say, it's not good. This guy cannot be discussing with lion, discussing with tiger, discussing with
they don't
lizard.
connect.
They are
don't
not
resonate.
connecting. Hello? They are not connecting. How will this guy every time before? See, he's beginning to behave like lion as he's talking to lion all the time. Now saying, no, it's not good.
Are lower.
The animals are too low. This guy is thinking far. It is not good. Let me create him a help meet. Meaning somebody of his level. Somebody of his class. Somebody that can reason like him. Somebody of his kind. And in order to fulfill that, I have to take a rib from him so that there will be a connection. Yet, you are married. You and your wife know the gist. And the reason why God created marriage is for gisting. You don't know it's for gisting. It's for gisting.
Because even God used to come down to gist.
God was coming to gist with them. So when we two couples just stay and they say, what do they do? On my Facebook. Every time. Some people spend more time on Facebook than with their spouse. I'm telling you. Some people spend more time on Facebook than their spouse. Let me shock you another one. Some people spend more time with their children than their wife.
Very true.
That again is wrong. Yes. Because all these things are not the original purpose of marriage.
Especially women at some point.
Okay.
Maybe when they begin to nurse, when they begin to have multiple children, 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
like that, most of the time,
Mm.
it's something that they do unconsciously. They become so attached to the children that they don't give the man the attention that he used to
he
get
needs.
before. So sometimes they'll begin to miss it. They begin to feel that gap. And most of the time when they complain to these women, they don't understand because they just feel that they are so busy, and it's their duty. They just have to take care of the children. They just have to just meet up. So they don't care so much about the husband. They just face the children. And I think it's something that we need to correct, because you don't just leave your husband lonely because you have kids that you are nursing.
So let's get that straight. That marriage is not a purpose. Rather, the purpose of marriage is fulfilling a purpose. Marriage is not a purpose. Rather, the purpose of marriage is fulfilling a purpose. So first of all, I have an assignment and I need a helpmeet. I need a helpmeet. See, marriage is too serious for it to be about sex. Adam wouldn't have known what is called sex. He wouldn't have known what is called sex. That is why I said the original plan was not to have woman. So woman was an afterthought. He now thought and said, let me make him a helpmeet. They give you helpmeet that is not helping you. You went to carry helpmeet that is not helping you. That's why you are feeling lonely. You see, so it's about understanding that, hey, I have an assignment and I need this woman, I need this man. Purpose. So reaching the age of marriage does not automatically mean you should marry. Yes.
You must also be ready psychologically.
You must also, not only psychologically. There is a psychological preparation, readiness for marriage. There is a physical readiness for marriage. There is a mental readiness. Mental, very important too. Like that guy now, that lady now, the one that used to beat her husband, the iron lady. She was not mentally ready to have another man in her space. That is why she said, your hand is like pin. Your hand. If you touch me, it's like pin is choking me. So mentally, she has not prepared her mind to have anybody in her space. He irritates her. So please, don't let somebody pressure you into bringing another person into your space. And also, let me add this. Not that you say nobody should pressure me into marrying, and you are sleeping with people everywhere. The two is not going. If nothing used to worry you under your waist, nothing used to worry you, and you don't want anybody in your space. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because Apostle Paul said, you can stay single like me. But if your this thing is worrying you too much, go and marry. Is that not what Paul said? So it's not the one you say, no, I'm not psychologically ready. I'm not mentally ready. And everywhere is entering, everywhere enterable. You need to go for therapy first. Yes. You need help first. Okay. So if you should have that preparation, and another kind of preparation needed is financial. Financial. Don't be jobless and married. Job, you no get. Handwork, you no get. But you want knack. How possible? It's a lie. You don't have a right. You don't have a right to marry if you do not have a means of livelihood. In fact, cancel that from your mind. You see, when we understand this, young men will not be 20 and they're looking for a girlfriend. Because under normal circumstances, you should be thinking, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to have a job, I've got to be stable, I've got to be this, and then I look for a woman to join me. You see, that's the procedure. Purpose comes first. And like I was saying last month, in last month's Love Matters, when women understand this thing, they will have a secret to men's life. A man was created to work. And a woman will make sense to the man if she is interested in his work.
Not just about her.
Yes.
How she feels. You know, some women just bring themselves as goddess, and the man should just be worshiping them and be solving all their problems, solving all their needs, meeting up everything.
My
Somebody
hair,
says something.
can't you
Yes,
see that I'm
and all
crying?
that.
You did not tell me sorry today.
It's not just, it's not just
You
about
did not
you.
tell me that my hair is looking fine. You all about
You did
them.
not give me money.
You
You
rarely
did not.
ask, how are you?
How is your work? How is the business going?
Women,
Did you
when
make
last
profits?
did you ask your husband, how are you? Men need to know, hear that, how are you? Truly, how are you? Men are going through so much, and they come back home. They say, landlord, come home. That is the first thing they welcome him home with. What an insensitive person. This is the person that's back at work, he has a query. A query that will take 25% of his salary out from the next salary. This is the person that is owing because he married you. He borrowed money to do your wedding. Now, as he's coming home, you could see him from afar that this guy is looking stressed. He is looking visibly stressed, and as he's coming like this, you are looking at him and say, my love, welcome. I've been waiting for you to come, sir. How is it now? Now, wow, it is well. Landlord just left here.
It's adding to the problem.
He said, I beg, is there any money that I want to buy drugs for these children? And then the next thing, he said, look for water battle, nothing to even chop. And saying it so lackadaisical and so freely and so like you are on your own, do something.
You don't feel concerned.
Why you even come the house first? And if you check it, this is a man that was doing well before they married you. And you are not bothered that when you came, things did not move forward. The Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor. We find you, if everybody start to run away from me. And you are not bothered. You are not bothered. No, you should be bothered. Declare 7 days fasting. Turn your face to the wall and say, oh Lord, I brought favor. The moment they marry you, they sack him. And you are not bothered. On top of that, you are putting pressure on him. Children's school fees. If I see you, that will be bringing up the things. Say, I just remind you, September. I know who does not know the date. You are September, don't they come? My children's school fees, they don't go pursue them this time like last time. You see, you are a burden. You are a burden. Yes, let's hear you very fast. Our time is running. We take number 3 after now.
Sir,
Come, Ma.
I want to ask,
Uh-huh.
how about the thing is, like, what you just explained
What
is
has made
happening.
you forgotten your question? No?
What you just explained is not happening to the man, like to the woman. The man is the one not asking the woman, how are you? The man is the one not caring if she's okay or not. So what do we do in that?
Okay. The only reason I use that illustration for the man, is, by the way, don't blame me, madam. Don't blame me if I use more examples on men. That's why we are 2 on this panel. Blame your representative, because I'm here to speak as a man. She's here to speak as a woman. So you can feel free to give example on the other side. So I am vindicated, right? However, if the man is not caring to ask, how are you? That is extreme. Okay? That is extreme. I only use that example because most of the times, women always get that care and attention. But men are always assumed to be
strong.
fine. Be a man, be a man. You don't keep letting me. Me, I not be man. No. Honey, this place they pay me, massacre. I don't, all this masculinity something. Some of you men, you will be sick. You don't want to tell anybody. There are very plenty men like that. Be a man, be a man. Then what is wrong with you? And women will rarely ask. That's why I use that example. Okay? But of course, when a man is not even asking at all, I think that's an extreme case. And there is another problem. There is something else.
Supposed to show care.
Yes.
That care is a normal thing.
There is something else.
That woman is just like your baby. Just like you call her.
Yeah. So that's an extreme case, okay? Have we answered you? And it's actually a problem. So in such cases, when a man is not even caring how you are doing, look at it very well. There is no connection between you both. Because if there is connection, as she's shifting like this, are you okay? Are you okay? Some of you may need to learn to be romantic. You need to learn love. You need to learn love.
And maybe such a person is just being used.
Yes.
The connection might be either of the two you are talking about.
Yes, any of the two. You know,
And
so
it doesn't
it's not,
sustain any
some
relationship
people
or
are
marriage.
loving, very, very loving by 12 o'clock in the night. At that time, are you fine? Have you bathed? Have you brushed your teeth?
Selfish question.
Now 11 o'clock, they ask that question. But when you wake up in the morning, don't carry bag. I bet I'm going to find something to chop there. You know? Then when it's 8 o'clock, you say, oh my love, how this night will be now? You see? So that is, and such people, the moment one party is sick or not okay,
Pregnant.
or pregnant, most men have side chicks when their wives are pregnant. And that fat still happens. You see? So that's no. Let's hear you. We still have two more.
Questions.
Praise the Lord. I want to ask question based on connection.
Connection, okay.
Yes.
And we have passed connection.
Yes.
Why are you just coming? Popcorn. Sharply.
My question goes this way. At first, the two couples, both of them have this connection.
Yeah.
They have it, but at a point,
They
both of them
disconnected.
disconnected. They are no longer interested about each other. At that point, what will both of them do to get back
We
together?
need, at that point, you should get an electrician to connect you people back. Yes. That's the simple answer. Get an electrician to connect you both back. When wires disconnect, you connect it back. Every marriage that heads to divorce actually divorced because they refuse to be connected back. If the two couples can agree to sit before me and I tell them what to do and they do it, I will connect them back. It's the connection. Let me give you a brief
I
story.
don't know one of your profession today. You're an
Yes,
electrician.
I'm an electrician. Electrician of mine. We connect back.
Okay.
We connect back. You know, while I was in the university, this didn't happen in the year 2006, University of Jos. I was the pastor of my fellowship in the campus then, and I just finished preaching in the fellowship, and the hall we use for fellowship is close to a kind of a little market, just like a cafeteria where they sell things. And I saw this woman there. Others had gone. She was there crying seriously. She was crying profusely. And I walked up to her. I walked up to her. I said, Madam, are you okay? She said, no. I said, what's the problem? And she increased the cry. And she told me categorically that as I'm going home right now, I am going to pack my things and leave the house. Because I can't do that. I can't do this anymore. It's over. And sincerely, she meant it. Because the way she was crying profusely, you know that it was a hard decision for her. But she said she was just here crying her last cry because as she goes into the house right now, she's going. Now, at the end of the day, yes, if nobody had met her that moment, well, fast forward, she's still married till today. 2006 till now is a long time, isn't it? That's about 19 years. 19 years. But I told her, I said, no. Talk to me, what's the problem? And she told me all about her husband, what the husband does, what this does, what not, and all what not. And I told her, I said, you know what? You will not divorce your husband. Rather than moving your things from the house, as you are going now, you know what you do for me? Pick some money. Go and buy a gift and take to your husband rather than moving your things out. You know, most marriages divorce because they do not seek help. And even when they seek help, they do not listen to the help.
Instructions.
Marriage is between two people only. Who told you? Sometimes bring a third party when you pass your power. 19 years ago, you can imagine how young I was then now. 2006. Yes, I was in the university then, University of Jos. So imagine my age and imagine her. She had 2 children then. So you can imagine. So the next point was, now this small boy I want to listen to. You get what I'm saying? At that time, I think she was 30 something. She was 30 something. I was just about 21, 22 or so. So you see the gap. So there is no way she did not senior me with up to 14 years, 15 years. And of course, she knows I'm a student in Unijust. And it's me, single, that want to tell her what to do. But I told her, I said, madam, buy a gift for your husband. And henceforth, this is what you should be doing. She was looking at me. Of course, what would have come out of her mouth is, what do you know about marriage? But all through my university, they called me pastor. And somehow she knew I was the pastor of that fellowship because I was coming out from there. She said, okay, no problem. Few days later, and then I told her, I said, henceforth, when your husband is talking, no matter what he's doing, do everything possible to keep loving him. No matter how arrogant he is going to be, you just love him. And once in a while, keep buying a gift and giving him and say, my love, I'm buying this gift. She said she has never bought a gift. She has never done that. But she said, if you say so,
That's sacrifice.
that is
Sometimes,
sacrifice.
sometimes it takes sacrifice.
Yes. I think a week or so later, she came and said, thank you so much. In fact, she went to look for me. She went to look for me and said, thank you so much. I came to tell you, I'm telling you a true life story, me 19 years ago. Thank you so much. My husband is beginning to change. So sometimes, if you are now disconnected, go back and find out which wire cuts. Sometimes it's communication wire that have cuts. One wire must have. If everybody have light, you don't get light. Check why you don't get light. Sometimes it's just one red wire that cut. Sometimes the box spark. So find the fault. Are we together? Find out the fault. Even in normal relationship, you don't understand how things are going. Find solution. Not just to see that we are no more connected. So you go and look for another person to connect. You will still disconnect with that person now. Faults, just like in your electrical fittings at home, faults are normal. Faults are normal. Sometimes you can just notice that it looks like I am too busy with my work. That is why there is no connection again. Yes, sometimes you get so busy. You know, my work is taking all my time. It's taking all my time. Before you know, the woman is now looking at you. You don't find new love, your work. No problem. So she too decides to find new love in her friends, not necessarily a male friend. So the things she's supposed to be discussing with you, she discuss with her friends because you don't have her time again. That's why marriage is stressful. You hear me? Marriage is stressful. No matter how busy you are, there is now a need for you to bring out time. You bring out time. It's not a matter of, I don't get time. Look for time. You sign for the life. Sometimes you sit down, you want to talk. Sometimes you take car out. You buy him gifts. Those are the connections. So you check which one is disconnected. Connect it back. If you try, you cannot connect it. Find an electrician. Electrician will connect the thing back. You will find the fault. I'm available. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Another question.
Again.
Yes. Talking about care. There are some men that, no matter how you show them the care, they don't respond to it. Like maybe coming back from work, asking him how was work and the rest of the thing. They think that is a burden.
It's a burden.
Maybe, yes, you ask them, how was your day? How was work today? Madam, please leave me alone. I'm married.
No, there is another problem. That thing now is not the problem.
It might be an orientation issue because there are some men. Some men don't feel that women can advise them. It's also another problem. They don't feel that. In fact, they will just say that, what do you know?
Yes. Leave me.
They don't know the purpose. That is the thing. They just feel, madam, go and give me food. Let me eat. What are you there? Which one are you not asking me about work? So
that is if you marry somebody from your village.
Yeah, somebody that is inexposed.
But in this 21st century, you should not open your two koro eye and make that kind of mistake. You shouldn't open your two koro eye. You see, actually, some traditions are like that. Women are not.
Yes.
In fact, they don't even sleep in the same house.
They are just there to serve.
Yes. There is a tribe. There is a tribe that I think I've heard of 2 or 3 different traditions like that. You don't sleep in the same house with a woman. When you are building, this is the woman's room. This is
That's
the
what
man
makes
to-
you the king.
That is what makes you the king.
So when the king meets her, he calls
He will
for
call
her.
her. Yes. And so she will come and serve her Lord and go back to her room. He never catch you. When they catch you very well, you will bring the two rooms together. You see, when you have such traditions, where the man is Lord of all, King of kings, El Shaddai, where everybody worships, you are going to have a big problem. So foundationally, the problem should be solved. That is why there is a need in 21st century to have what we call courtship and dating. Two cannot work together except they agree. And don't tell me people can pretend. Time reveals.
Don't pretend for so long.
Time reveals. That's why you should not be cutting. And as you are cutting, everybody are just there on their own. Nobody is talking to anybody. No. The best time to even communicate most is during courtship, so that any nonsense can be revealed. The person has high temper, it will be revealed. Whereas he said, I will blow you. Say, so this was a big blow. You understand? A woman told one of my mentors. He was preparing. He said when he was preparing to marry, they were driving and she turned and looked at him. He said something and he said, "I will slap you now." I said, "Eh? So it's a bit slap? It's not talk. Oh. It's not talk. When a man tell you, see, I will kill you. Oh. Watch. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. I will kill you. He can kill. Watch it. Okay? How many questions do you want to ask? Another person comes. Come, please, sir. Give him the mic. And you can come back later. Let's have other faces.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Mine, I don't know if I'm free, is contribution.
Please, why not?
Okay, mine is, I think I would say it's always good
Yeah.
I prefer courting before going into marriage. And I think I would say it's not too good for you to over court. Because at the process of you over courting, another thing can come in. So it's always good. It's always advisable. I have a girl. I have a baby girl, a daughter. My daughter is 16 years. Though, I and the mother, we are not married together. But my advice is, as she's coming up, I keep advising her. You understand? Guys are dangerous. Men are dangerous. Just like what you just said. Any man you hear, I will do you this. I will do you this. Watch that person. So my earnest desire and prayers to everybody is, you should be very, very mindful of who you are dating. Watch the person. And there are some families you go into. You know, there are mothers that the moment you are coming up, she will want to be deciding for you. We have mother's pets. Mothers my mother say, my mother say, my mother says. And
Daddy's
the moment,
boys and daddy's girls.
yes, the moment you click yourself to your mother, whatever thing your mother said, I think you are gone. You need to watch. It's not your mother that's supposed to, like my wife sitting down there.
Yeah.
Naturally, it's not the woman my mother wants. But I told my mother that I went to university. I saw the 4 words of education. You didn't follow me. You are not the one to choose a woman for me. Allow me to make my choice.
Yeah.
The person she choose for me. If you write A, the whole calabash, she cannot even. So I told my mother and my brothers, even my brothers who are educated,
Yeah.
they all joined my mom. But I told them, we are 10 in numbers. I told them that I will never join you people. I am a different person. There is a course I'm pursuing. You understand? So I know what I want.
Yeah.
Not you telling me this is what I want. I know. She's hearing though.
Yeah.
There's a question she wanted asking.
Okay.
See, I love her. This thing is born. If there is no bond between both of you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have married this very woman. And if there's no communication in every marriage, if I want to buy pin, I don't normally wake up for me to go and buy the pin. I'll tell her this is what I want to do. Why I'm telling her is I want her to contribute to this. I can't just wake up for me to say I want to go and buy a Mercedes Benz worth 12 million naira without letting her to know.
But some people see it as you are not man enough. They feel that a man that have to discuss with a woman first is not man enough. But you see, that is a misorientation. That is when there is no connection.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And maybe when you marry Nyash, if you marry Nyash and marry breast without brain,
Yeah.
then you have big problem. Nyash plus breast minus brain equal to mumu. You see, in such a case, I really feel for you.
Yeah.
Because you are going to have a hard time. Because even when you tell her, I need this money now, we need to buy a lunch. You say, waiting be that. You don't buy me Bone Street. You see, you say, I beg, no, I beg. Go buy E-class. Make her show mama and Kechi say, we too don't arrive. You see, that is woman without brain. You see, so this very thing he said now, some people will interpret it as why you will talk to woman. Some people even say things like, now everything will tell woman. And they fail to realize that women have a touch that they give, a perspective that we will never have. When they have a perspective, I cannot see. Personally, in my job, somehow I don't know. It might not be for everybody. In my job that I do, of course, I'm a public speaker. I'm a pastor, whatever you call me. But I still have my job I do in my company. Okay, I don't let out a job until she approves. If I do any design, website, name it, whatever that is leaving that company, the last person that will sign it before I show a client is her. You know why? Because I have noticed that she has a touch. She gives to it. She said, no, change this color. No, let this one be square instead of the same. And I have found out that that is the perspective she brings. You know, I was sending out a job to the UK day before yesterday, and I was waiting for her to approve it. And when she told me some things, she cannot do the thing, no. It's not as if she can do all those things, but she just has a contribution.
Yes.
And I told her, I said, you see why I can never live my life without you.
You know, there are some mothers that the moment they see you doing that, they feel she's the one controlling you. And where most of us where we are coming from is they want you every morning for you to hit her head, for you people to be quarreling. That is when you are a man. But the moment you people are going on peacefully, they'll say, this woman don't swallow.
Sometimes they call him man
so
rapper.
it's always good for you to, as a man, for you to be more careful. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. So can we take, oh God, our time. Let's take, who is taking point? Okay, Mike is the next point, right? Okay. Point number 3. Let's just rush up. Okay. Point number 3. You might feel lonely in a relationship if you do not have support from a partner. If you do not have support. The purpose of relationship is to support each other. Are we together? Is to support each other. And when I say to support each other, I mean to support you in your dreams, to support you financially, to support you emotionally. Are we there? Yes, sir. Now, when you are not getting this support, there will be a disconnection. There will be a disconnection. And that is why, from your question, the best way to settle it is to reconnect it. Join the wires back. For example, hey, we are married. We are married. But I don't care about her dreams. I don't care about her dreams. Do you really think I should expect that we will remain so connected? No. Now, she is a musician. Okay? And somehow, she's passionate about what she does. Now, she expects that I will give support to it. I think in the last Love Matters. Is it the last Love Matters? Okay, no. Okay, that's the one we played on radio. Yeah, we played it on radio on Wednesday. It was on Sparkling FM. And she was saying in that program on radio that what made her disconnected from the first person she was dating, what disconnected her was when the guy, they were in their sitting room, in the guy's sitting room, and they were watching television, and the guy saw, I think they saw a woman preaching on TV. And she said, very soon, that is how I will be speaking on TV. And he said, God forbid, except you will not end up my wife. Because Apostle Paul said women should not speak in church. They should be silent. And she said, no, me, I have my mandate. This is what I want to do. This is what. And he said, no. And two cannot work together except they agree. And she disconnected from him. And me, I say, you go preach. In fact, you go preach Belefu. And here we are, Abi. Here we are. So you see, it is about support. Dreams, financially. Can you at least, what is my husband doing? Support it. What is my wife doing? What do you want to do? Don't because you marry, you kill a woman's dream totally. Some men, we see a woman who is passionate about banking. The moment she married, so you cannot be a banker in my house. And you expect to be connected? No. Passion. Yes. Purpose is a passion. You don't kill it. If you kill my passion, you kill my vibe. If you kill my passion, you kill my energy. So you expect me to have energy to discuss with you when I'm not doing the things I love to do. Hello?
Hello.
Are we here?
Yes, sir.
So you see, it will not work. So there must be support. Emotional support. Financial support. Support in your dreams. A woman told her husband, every time when 12 o'clock reach, she will say, I am tired. Every time I am tired. Every time I am tired. When 12 o'clock reach, she will wear jeans. Tight jeans. Now wear pajamas on
It
top.
was on this
Eh?
on this platform. He said it now.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Someone was saying that. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, let me ask you. That woman now shows up and say, honey, I need Brazilian hair. Brazil and kill you there. You support, you run my... It's the right hand that washes the left hand. The support is not coming from that angle. It will not come from this angle. You get that? When the woman has emotional need and the man is too busy, most men, all they know about sex is, I don't come, bye-bye. So they do not feel that the woman has an emotional need. So don't worry, I'll preach that in couples conference. Some people here are not married. So that you'll not go and bat co-daughter now. It's a two-sided thing. Are you getting me? Some men do not understand that the woman too has emotional needs. So at the end of the day, she is just there. Some women are actually more of sex slaves. Their job there is to satisfy the man sexually. Failing to realize that the women too have sexual needs. Beyond, I don't come. That is why some women cannot enjoy marriage because they do not have emotional satisfaction. They don't have it. So you see, when there is no support coming, when there is no support coming from both parties, there will be disconnection. So I've talked about support in your dreams, emotional support, financial support. Yes. How much are you even giving him or her rather? You see all these things. She wants to do something. She wants to carry out a project. Are you supportive? These are the things that determine whether there will be connection or disconnection. Are we there? So support is an important part of that. Is there any question or contribution to that? So that she takes her last, okay, come up, then she takes the last point, and we are out.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Please, I want to ask, in the area of support.
Yes, support.
Now, if I'm a woman, maybe I am married to my husband, I support him in all his vision, both financial and otherwise.
And emotional.
But when it comes to my own turn, he refuses to support me. And maybe at some point, I hands up. I don't care about him again. I don't even do anything. Am I doing the right thing or the wrong thing?
That is the disconnection. Okay? Support is two-sided. As I said, she had a dream. She had a dream. And it is my duty to support her. Are you getting me? What we are doing here now is more of my passion. Are you following me? She is more of a singer. But when we come here, she is doing it, right? And when it's time to enter studio, I'm also there with her. Are you getting me? So with that, we find out that we are a two-string chord that cannot be easily broken. So life is not just about the man. Neither is it only about the women. No. So there is no way that you alone are supposed you should not be the only one supporting. But to answer the question if you are doing the right thing or not, two wrongs cannot make a right. Two wrongs cannot make a right. Is to reconnect it. Look for where the fault is, just like you found out. And again, let me say this. You see, that's why it's important. I do not believe in, you see, very important. Anything I'm learning, I make sure my wife is learning it. It reduces my work. If that man in question is here now, you don't need to say anything. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because automatically he has gotten answer. But now, if it's only you that came, you now have the work of going to tell him honey, you get what they teach for the seminar we will go today. You see, you have a problem. You have a problem. Sometimes reduce your work by, when you read a book, give him to read. When you are going for a finance seminar, drag her. Honey, come, let's attend the finance seminar. Are you getting me? We had, I and my wife attended a money training seminar before, where she sat down and was hearing things for herself. So when I talk about investments, I talk about this, she knows. We have been through certain things together. And if you are single, the moment you want to marry somebody, make sure the person begins to follow the same path you are following. That is why cross-carpeting is dangerous. Cross-carpeting is very dangerous. The person you want to marry, she believes more in prophetic ministry, where they do assignments. And you believe more in knowledge-based and word-based. You are going to have a tough time. Because every investment money will be used to pay prophet. Every 12 o'clock, when it's time to read, it's done by fire, you'll be hearing. So you both will be on two different lanes. Two cannot work together except they agree. Okay? So let's take the last point. So that we close, please.
Sometimes when we talk about this disconnection, it might be because your partner is going through some stuff. Like, through some kind of hard time or so. Or maybe through some kind of issues. Maybe something that has to do with the person's dream or something. There might be something bothering that person. And that's the reason why it will not be fair for you to assume anything. Because I see a lot of people that when there's this kind of withdrawal or disconnection, you understand? They just assume that, oh, okay, it is because he's no longer interested in me again, because he's now seeing another woman outside, because maybe there's somebody that is distracting her already at her place of work, and so many things like that. So many women begin to accuse their husbands for things that they didn't do, and it's more hurting. So it is possible that that person is going through some stuff. Now, how do you come in? You have to come in by trying to know what is the issue. You have to trace the root cause. And communication will have to come into play here, because how you get to through good communication. Sometimes there are men who go through some stuff and they feel that they don't want to explain. Maybe they feel disappointed in themselves, because men always try to be men. And maybe it's an issue that, in fact, sometimes it might even be something that they feel ashamed about. So they might just want to handle it first. Let them not just let you know. Because maybe they are also feeling that you might react in certain ways.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be that they don't want to tell you, because women, we could be fragile. So they don't want to break you. Yes, sometimes because they don't want to break you. Like, it could even be that maybe he's in debt. He's owing. Maybe to the tone of millions. It can be maybe like 3 million, 5 million. And he doesn't just want to let you know, because if he tells you now, he'll be feeling, you might just be broken or feel so disappointed. And some foolish women at that point will say, you self, how would you make that kind of a mistake? And at that time, he will not want to hear something like that. So in such cases, he might decide to withdraw. And you might just be asking, what is the problem? What is the problem? And he might not really be forthcoming, or she might not be forthcoming to say what the problem is. But it's for us to be sensitive, to be patient, to draw that person and really try to know before you conclude what the real issue is, why the person is going to behave the way he or she is behaving.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So that is the final point we are taking. And from what she has said, one reason why you can be feeling lonely even when married is when your partner is going through stuff. Okay? Your partner can be going through a tough time, a challenging moment, something bothering them. And sometimes, as she said, when they are not ready to talk, or sometimes when they feel that if they tell you that sometimes some women don't want to tell their husbands things, because if they tell them, they will flare up. Yes. Say, if I tell him now, instead of understanding with me, he will begin to scream.
Just made me to remember something that happened. Okay, there's this woman I was staying with, and she went to the market this particular day, and she misplaced her money. This is as far back as 96, 97. and she misplaced her money. I think about 5,000 also. That time, 5,000 is a big
5,000
money.
was a lot of money.
When the husband came, he actually noticed that she wasn't happy and he was trying to ask, and she didn't want to open up because she was afraid that if she opens up now, she never knew what will come up. So she continued, she kept it, but at some point she just said, she confided in me actually, and she just said, let me just tell him. When she told him, hey, the man said, that is complete foolishness. Something that a baby would do. Something that somebody that is here, like this girl now, talking about me now, referring to me. This is what this girl now should do. And you, as a grown-up woman, will go to the market and go and lose money. So he complicated the issue. And that was the reason why she was trying to keep it to herself.
Yeah, keep it. Okay, so that actually is a problem. Okay, so it's on the other hand, it's important that men and even women learn to be sensitive. Learn to be sensitive. It's not everything that is screaming. It's not everything that is shouting.
Especially when you can see that the person is already in pain.
Yes.
The worst have already happened. So you don't add to it, but you try to make it light.
Don't break the already broken. It's just like your child comes to you crying that she lost her pen and does not want to tell you. And then the moment you found out, you still beat the child. What kind of a father are you? You see, so it's important we get these things, okay? All right, yes.
Okay, sir. In a scenario whereby you are advising a woman and she doesn't want to take any advice from you, anyone you tell her, it looks as if you're insulting her, but she prefers to get advice from her family side, what can the person do?
That person is not, to start with, that person is not ready for marriage, okay? That must be a normal woman makes up her mind first that I am going into marriage because I am now a woman. He who finds a wife, not a girl, who can find a virtuous woman. So the virtue of womanhood first demands that right now as I'm going into this, I am no more my mommy's girl. I am no more my mommy's boy. There are even more mommy's boys than mommy's girls. There are men that are married and their mother controls their home. So in whatever angle it is, that person must first of all become a woman. Okay? You see, so all these things that come up, it's actually, these things start from the foundation. Cut properly. When you cut properly, see, there is at least 80% of the things that happen in marriage had signs from courtship. At least 80% had signs. When you see those signs, settle it first. And whatever you are settling in marriage will not work so much as it would have worked in courtship. You know why? Because in courtship, everybody are looking at each other. And everybody wants it to work. And you are under terms and conditions. Like they tell you now, we are going to pay you 10 million naira. But these are the terms and conditions. Sign it first. Because when they give you the 10 million naira, you will likely not sign the terms and conditions. You understand it? So, that is why I often say you do not expect marriage to change anybody. Marriage does not change people. No, marriage does not change people. Marriage worsens it. Okay? So, there is a fundamental issue to start with. There is a fundamental problem. The problem did not just start. It is fundamental. And so it should be sorted out from early enough. But let us assume it is already a problem. And there is already a marriage. Let's assume that scenario now. It becomes more difficult to solve. Because that, of course, will bring a disconnection. Because marriage is not what one person makes to work. It's what two people come together and decide to make work. So in such a situation, it is important that you both see a therapist. Or you get the person to hear from another part. Take the person to maybe someone that knows better and say, talk to this person. Or read a book. Or just, because you see, most times when you are the one telling your spouse something, most times it's not going to be taken so serious. Like when maybe you both sat down and say, let's watch this man speaking. And when the person is speaking, both of you should just be nodding. Don't say you don't hear. Like I see a lot of couples doing it in love matters. Like these people that just left, there was a point I was saying, see. The man quickly. So, that time pretend you did not even hear what said. I said, just pay attention very well. So that it's not like you are setting the person up. The person hears for his or herself, because these are global knowledge. And most likely, the people you are listening to are people that have track record. Of course, I don't waste my time listening. If you even organize a relationship program and the man does not have a good track record of relationship, I heard that he has beat his wife before. I don't go there. Well, you want to teach me how to beat women? Yeah? You want to teach on money, you don't have money. What am I going to listen to? You see, so you listen to people with good track record. So in such a situation, the person is an authority. And so the reason why I'm saying that is the woman or the man will likely not be able to dispute it. Because you cannot dispute results. Because they will say, well, that is what has kept them in marriage for 20 years. That is what is making them do well. That is what is making them live happily. Can't you see the way they are? And if we want the results they have, then we should listen to what they have to say. Okay? All right.
I think that's where boundary also need to come in.
Yeah.
Because when the both of you come together, you have to know that there is now boundary.
Boundaries.
You don't have to be listening to things from your home. You don't need to bring something for your family into your marriage. It's about the two parties. So that will be for another day.
No, it's not another day. I'm talking about boundaries. Thank you for bringing that up. You know it's important. See, two cannot work together except they agree. Before we marry, what are the boundaries we have? What are the boundaries we have? You know, there was a time that we had a discussion. Is it after we married or before we even married? We say, see, as we are married, we will not bring relatives to live with us. Until today, we don't. Because most of those relatives that are living with you people are informants. Their job, their spies to be calling village. Don't buy any motor. Don't buy any motor. Call them.